Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast YouTube channel for a new series actually on the channel. Starting sort of every week, we're going to do a transfer roundup, all the news around Rangers, round it up at the end of the week. Obviously, start of January, so there's not been much sort of concrete news coming out, but just sort of some rumours you've seen for like earlier on the season for the Summers window to now, and then obviously the big two, which is going out, which is Jones and Edmondson we're going to talk about today. But I like the video, subscribe to our channel as well. Socials are in the description. And we'll go right into it, mate. We'll start off with one I see pretty often. Apparently Rangers, Crystal Palace, West Brom, I think are interested in this guy. Premier League centre midfielder, John Lundstram. Obviously had a great season last year with Sheffield United. Not so good this year. His contract's expiring in June. We can get him on a pre-contract. Hopefully, January we get that done for him coming in the summer. If the rumours are even true, it's a rumour. There's not been anything sort of concrete about it. But his stats this year: 12 appearances, 0 goals, 1 assist, and 1 red card. It has been a pretty dismal season for Sheffield United, as it's said. But he could be a great signing. What do you think about that one?
As a guy, as I've been saying to you previously on the podcast, I rate quite highly. Obviously, he has. I know you'll know a championship thing, but even when they were in the championship, he was a good player as well. Top player. I think sort of this season, obviously Sheffield are in where they are, so he's not sort of his contract situation. You know what it is? Do you know what I mean? It's the same all the time where they're going to try and do what it takes to get one of the best players locked down, but at the same time, if there's interest, you see what Rangers are doing this season. Do you know what I mean? Even a team like Palace, what they're doing, I doubt West Brom are. West Brom are scum, to be honest with you. No, they are, mate. You didn't do that to Bilic, but no, he's a top player, mate. That's what I'd say anyway. And if we do get him, I think he'd add a lot to the midfield.
Yeah, I feel the exact same about him. Look, he's 26 and he's starting in a midfield for the Premier League, albeit maybe they're bottom in the league by no win this season. But you've seen what he could do last season, as you're saying, win the championship and that. So I feel that if John Lundstram would be up for it, I'd take him. He looks like the sort of midfielder that would relish a challenge up here at Rangers, I feel.
He does not. And he's got cojones, mate. Some of the tackles, and he's a cojones man.
The word to the podcast the other night, man. Aye. So I think he's on about 70 grand a week at Sheffield United. That would obviously be the big sort of question marks. Premier League wages, if he could take, obviously, a massive wage cut. If we could get him, obviously, we don't need to pay a fee if we get him on a pre-contract, which is great. So I feel that that's one that we should be pushing for. I think that could be a great coup, honestly. Even if he's only here for a couple of seasons and you move him on at 28 for another fee again. I mean, it could be smart business for Rangers if we could get it done.
Especially if we, if it happens, mate. I'm not saying it. Obviously, with the European football as well, that money sort of can help lower players, as I say, who are on big budgets to come to Ibrox.
Aye, 100%. Obviously, could be playing. Monster. Yeah, it's a can of Monster, mate. The best juice about. Not sponsored, by the way, but. If you want to sponsor his Monster, go ahead.
It's not the best juice about me. You ever had a fruit shoot? That's the best juice. No, we don't.
Close second. But Lundstram, be a great deal if we could get it done. Obviously, nothing concrete as of yet, just rumours. But it excites me personally in the midfield. Obviously, Davis, ageing, uncertain in the future of Glenn Kamara and stuff like that. Lundstram could be a guy that could come in. I think he could do well up at Rangers. So, that's that one. The other rumour I've seen for about a year now, and it's popped up every transfer window, is Lewis Ferguson at Aberdeen. I rate him very highly as well. 21-year-old Scottish international, centre midfielder again. And he'll obviously get a big connection to Rangers with his dad being Derek. So, he's had a pretty good season so far as well, I feel. A midfielder, a scoring midfielder, 17 appearances, 8 goals, 3 assists, 4 yellows, and then one of them also being a second yellow with a red. So, looks to pick up bookings quite often. scores for the midfield, assists for the midfield. I mean, what else could you want? He's a Rangers fan.
Aye, exactly, mate. He's got cojones and all. You can tell. No, honestly, mate, he does look like a top baller. Seems like destiny, mate.
It does,
For
actually.
him to play at Ibrox, done it. But I agree with you, mate. With players like Davis and Arfield up there in age, do you know what I mean? I think it is important that we maybe do a bit of business in January or even in the summer. One of these two midfielders, as I say. But Ferguson, I'd take him all day. If he's there to grab, take him. Do you know what I mean? Take him.
Exactly. If obviously we can offer the money that Aberdeen want, it's going to be a tough ask to get him off Aberdeen, because you know obviously the history with that. I just feel he'd slot in nicely to that midfield. Young Scottish talent for your own leagues, what I like to see in the team. Obviously, we've got Glenn Kamara and Ryan Jack who've come in for Aberdeen and Dundee and don't look at the boys at all in this midfield. So I rate Lewis Ferguson pretty highly. Started off his career at Hamilton, obviously, which their youth academy is excellent.
Excellent, isn't it?
So I'd be really pushing for that one as well. I feel it could be a great signing. Maybe more lean towards the summer though. That will happen.
That seems like a summer signing, that does, man.
But if we could get it done in January, get another fresh face in, which I feel is important in January, just to get somebody in to freshen the place up.
It's always important, mate, when you're going for titles to always add to your squad. You know what I mean? You see like Man City and always doing that. It's always important for competition, for places. You know what I mean? So it makes it exciting.
Exactly, I agree with you with that one. And so they were the two that I've only really seen coming in and rumoured. I thought we should talk about today, but on the way out, I mean, it wouldn't come to any surprise that Jordan Jones is in amongst that. It's not worked out for him at all at Rangers. His attitude, clearly Steven Gerrard doesn't like that. He's only 26, believe it or not, as well. He's still got his full career sort of ahead of him. He's going into his prime stages. Obviously, speedy winger. Premier League appearances, he's only had 3 with 1 goal. And he looks set for a loan move, if anything. Sheffield Wednesday interested in him, so aye. I mean,
listen, he's an Instagram footballer. I'll say it all the time. He's an Instagram footballer. He only cares about looking good on the gram, so he can pick up the wee lovely ladies in the town, or maybe beyond. Maybe he likes to go to. I'm only joking, but no. Listen, he's an Instagram footballer. He's not somebody who clearly Gerrard thought he was. I said it when we signed him, mate. See that Kilmarnock game where he's celebrating and all that with it. See that you're a scumbag.
Should have his contract ripped up that day.
He would have been. That for me, he would have been. Do you know what I mean? That to me, that was disgusting. But as I say, he's just an Instagram footballer. He doesn't seem to actually care about his proper game. I mean, obviously, the goal at Motherwell was a fantastic goal. Do you know what I mean? We put it in like our top goals so far of the season.
Yeah.
But I honestly can't stand lads like that aren't going to. You're coming to such a massive club in terms of Rangers, European football, the pressure of winning leagues and all that. And all you care about is posting pictures with you and Morelos on the gram. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly Jordan Jones in a nutshell. He looks more interested in showing off that he's a Rangers player rather than doing his talking in the pitch, which for me has not ever worked for me. He's got all the talent in the world and all. He could be an absolute great player when we're looking for wide players, but that whole COVID stuff, that just put the final nail in the coffin, I feel. When he was just looking to come into the team as well, he's seen that at Motherwell, performed very well, scored an amazing goal. You're thinking he's going to kick on now, he's going to improve our attacking areas, but then that happened and that was it. So you're looking for just a bit of maturity for Jordan Jones at the end of the day, and just much like his partner in crime, George Edmondson, another one, 23-year-old centre back, get the full career in front of him. He's got this massive opportunity at Rangers and looks to have fucked it again. He also looks set for a loan move. He's had 1 appearance all season, and that was in the European qualifying stages. So even before that whole COVID scandal kind of thing happened, he wasn't featuring at all.
Just think about that on goal, mate, in Motherwell, mate. I can't stop. See when I think about that.
Aye, come on, actually. Forgot about that one.
Listen, see the thing with Edmondson is and all, mate. Look, listen, see the whole COVID thing. See when you see like obviously Celtic are about to Dubai, and then you see Premier League footballers and all that breaking the rules and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to be a less harsh on them, but they should know better, professional athletes. But it's just when you see like the top, do you know what I mean? Like the Manchester Cities and all this, they're all breaking the rules, and then Celtic going to Dubai. You just think to yourself, well, listen, is it as bad as obviously it is bad, but I don't know. I think I would be probably less harsh on Edmondson. I'm more going to be on Jordan Jones just for the fact that, do you know what I mean? Jordan Jones, Gerrard took a chance with both of them. Jones should have probably known. Do you know what I mean? More in terms of like, he's an older player. He's more experienced in the game compared to Edmondson. Do you know what I mean? He's like still a young lad, still learning his trade. With him, I think a loan move. To me, I would just get rid of Jordan Jones, as I've said to you, mate. Just get rid of him. Do you know what I mean? He's not in the trouble. For Edmondson, I would probably send him out on loan. I'd probably send him. Do you know what I mean? Send him down to the lower leagues, toughen him up a bit. Do you know what I mean? Make him mature mentally. Do you know what I mean? Get him in the hangway. But if he's going to, like, do you know what I mean, the lower sort of hangway in Championship, then fair play.
I feel like that's important actually to say. Obviously, Edmondson, you're looking at him being purchased. I think he was purchased at 22-year-old or something for Oldham. You're looking at him coming up here with a lot of promise. He got his chance last season actually. He was starting games. He scored against Bayer Leverkusen, of course. Got us through in the Europa League against Braga. So it looked promising for Edmondson. And then he goes and does that. He's not really been in the plans all season. I feel that a loan move for him would benefit him. Come up here, see what he does next pre-season, if he's in Gerrard's plans again. But Jones, for me, I'd get him off the wage bill. I don't want any more trouble for him. Just looks like he's never going to mature.
That's what I'm on with. That's what I'm saying. Like, Gerrard's took a big risk with repairing him, I feel like. Do you know what I mean? In terms of, I don't know. I can't stand Jordan Jones, mate. See, to be honest with you, see that he's just the way he acts. Do you know what I mean? As I say, he's an Instagram footballer. He does not. I just feel like he doesn't care about the actual game, as I keep going on about. Do you know what I mean? But with Edmondson, he's a young lad. As I say, he's 23. Imagine, do you know what I mean? Imagine playing wherever. Where did you get him for? What, League One or League Two?
Edmondson, I think it was League One. I'm going to say. Oldham. It was about £500,000.
League One, Europa League football. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you're coming to Rangers, and how massive it's compared to what it is down. Do you know what I mean, in League One football? So obviously he's a young lad. I'm not saying I can excuse it for him, but I'm just saying that it'd be nice for him to go away and just mature as a you know what I mean, as a person, and realise, do you know what I mean? Don't get involved with the funny business. Don't listen to the Instagram footballs. Do your work in the part. That's where Gerrard and the fans will appreciate, mate.
Exactly, I agree with you there, and I feel that's a good note to finish on. So we've talked about the two players that could possibly be coming in, two players set to leave. Hopefully, more rumours will sort of come to the media within the coming weeks. We're just into January, so I felt this was a good place to sort of start it off with a couple of players we've been linked with for a while, and then two players I feel will leave the club in January. So I like the video, subscribe, and we'll be back on Sunday with a reaction to the Aberdeen game. So
that wasn't easy for you to say, was it?
No, I've been tongue twisted the full video, mate. So I'll see you later.